Hello, everybody, and welcome to Story Time on Conversations with Coco. Before we get started, I just want to take a minute to get into this lipstick I got on today because, I am feeling it. I am feeling it. I'm telling you, it is called We Dat, them St. Louis people. It is from my latest purchase with the crayon case, which is Wazam Supa's line, and I am loving her lip colors that I have purchased, and this is the latest one to my collection. But let's get to the point of this story time. As you all know, I always have a lesson for you guys because evolution and growth is super important to me, and I want to pass that on to you all. It is important. We tend not to do the work that is necessary when we know it exists because we are hiding from growth and change, because growth and change is ugly. But let's come back to that, okay? So let's start this story time off. I'm going to take you back. This is fairly recent. This happened a couple of months ago, in the last quarter of 2020. I went through or had an experience that had the potential to send me to an emotional windfall, and I didn't like the place where it was going. And I actually reached out to a friend of mine who I hadn't talked to in a while because I knew I could count on him to listen, because he'd always kind of been that person for me, which I've always appreciated, with no judgment. And I have more than one friend like that. So a sister is blessed in that way, and she had to come to that realization. But that's a side note. Anyway, I called him because I was upset and I was wanting to talk and get some perspective, and in particular get a male perspective as well. And I had to vent and let it all out, y'all. It was ugly. It was ugly. It was ugly. It was ugly. So in the course of it all, and in the conversation over some time, we wound up talking about some other things as he was able to help navigate me to a more quieting, self-introspective place that he knows that I am more than capable of, and that I know that I'm more than capable of. But I am human, and in that moment, because I was in the middle of my stuff, I couldn't see my way out of it. So the point is, during the course of that conversation, I had said something to him, and he said to me, well, why is it that you could see this for me, but you can't see it for yourself? The audacity, the whole audacity of him to tell me that, I was like, because I feel like it. And he had to check me on that and say, no, X, Y, and Z. And he ran down the list of, what was wrong with that whole statement that I had just made. And y'all, he was right. So here is the point of this story time with Coco. I'm gonna put my glasses on because, first of all, I think I look cute in them. Second of all, I now need them to read because we about that part of our life. So here's the first point that I got from thinking about that, along with some other things that happened to me this week, because again, I try to stay in super growth mode. Stop seeing things in other people that you can't see in yourself. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? If you can speak and help others and speak things into their lives, why aren't you speaking them into your own? I'll wait. That's a problem. Sometimes when I did an introspection on myself and my life and my experiences and where I grew, here's what I learned with that statement about me and the lesson that I want to bring to you. Sometimes we can speak things into other people and not speak things into ourselves, because as children, we didn't grow up getting validation from our parents. If you've been watching my channel from the beginning, in which I started out with my story, one of the things that I've shared and been transparent about is that I didn't come from a happy home. I didn't come from any home with either parents, in fact. And that took a lot of work and growth for me to get past, because of the trauma that those experiences of growing out with a parent brought in my life, right? So because as a child I wasn't validated and I wasn't loved, then that set off a what's the word? That set off a cycle of events that by the time I got into adulthood was causing me a lot of problems that I didn't realize where those issues were stemming from. But what I did decide was that if I ever had children, I was going to speak life into my children. I was going to be positive with them. I was going to give them great affirmations. I was going to spill greatness into them. Meanwhile, that is the very thing that I could not and was not doing for myself. And this friend reminded me pretty much, woman, what's wrong with you? Why are you telling me this can happen for me, but it can't happen for you? Why should you have more faith that something should happen for me when you are a great person, Coco? It can happen for you too. I had to sit back and think on that for probably at least a good week and analyze why I was in that pattern. And I had to tie it back to some things that I had worked on. Don't ask for growth if you don't want to do it, because it can be hard and ugly. And it was staring me right in my face. And here was an opportunity for me to decide, as I think about what I'm trying to bring to you all, what I'm trying to share with this message, and you guys supported me by watching my videos and hopefully taking away some message, some point that's going to help you with your growth, or that you can pass on to somebody else, that sometimes we have to turn those very things inward. Here is my last point I want to say to that. We have to stop putting other people and other things ahead of us, in the sense that we can see potential in other people that we don't see within and for ourselves. And sometimes we're doing that so unknowingly and so subconsciously because it's ingrained in us, right? It goes back to things that I've talked about before in other videos here in the last month, including boundaries and having a big heart, and sometimes being nice is allowing people to violate your boundaries. You're doing all those things. You can be kind to other people, but you can't be kind to yourself. Stop it. I had to look at myself and say, Coco, stop it. What are we doing? Assess, reanalyze. And in the last couple of months since that has happened, there have been many opportunities for me to grow in that area, including something that happened this week, actually yesterday, that prompted me to make this video as a reminder. Growth is hard. Growth takes work. Yes. But guess what? Do it. Do it. Do it till you're satisfied. I don't know where that came from, but it just came up out my soul and out my pocket. Do it till you're satisfied. Y'all know the song. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Nike, just do it. But I like the song better. Do it. Do it. Do it till you're satisfied. Ow! Yes. So I'm saying that's all the message I got for you guys today. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I hope you appreciate it. And most of all, I hope you use it. And I hope you work on your growth so that you can be the highest version of yourself. Because baby, I'm working on being the highest and best version of myself I can possibly be. And it is hard work every day, but I'm about to do it. I am doing it. I'm going to continue to do it. All right. It's Conversations with Coco. I'll see you guys next time.